Alrighty then, here we are. Actually over on the layout. And I figured I'd do a little bit of update here. This is kind of an initial set for the stuff that's all the buildings have been made that everyone's getting tired of seeing the videos of. And what I did, again, to try to cover the huge gap I had on the backdrop, which was a huge mistake that I made anyway. Some of the Lark products, backdrops that I ordered, cut them up, got them installed. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's what I'm going to do. You can see it's not perfect, like right in there, because I didn't cut the blue sky out. And it looks kind of silly. There wouldn't be cornfields on top of buildings, but whatever. Alright, so starting up at this end, this is the Magic Pan Bakery. Out in the front there we'll have a parking lot. Probably a new road's going to come in across the tracks right here. Might put some flashes right there. Probably no gates because it's going to be more like an industrial crossing. But maybe put some flashes there. And then there's the other part of the Magic Pan Bakery with the incorrect stairs. Let me move over to the silo from the Valley Cement. And I have my scratch built MCC rail dump control building. In the back there I snuck in a corner there, that's a Bachmann Scenescapes industrial silo. I did it to kind of hide. When you look this way you could kind of see a gap, so it kind of hides the backdrop from the back of the silos. That's not done, that's primer, that's all, it's not painted up yet. So we have the silos, then we come over to the other part of the kit, in the Valley Cement kit. And then right there, what I'm thinking of doing, that's actually a picture from when I was driving around the power plant. I was snapping pictures, saying this could be useful, this could be useful, this could be useful. So I kind of like it because what I'm thinking, if I can make it work and get it to look okay, it's kind of a road, you know, like it kind of comes in. Actually, that is at the power plant. This is in between. This is actually an ash silo and other part of the precipitators over here. It goes out to the truck gate, so it really is the in and out for trucks. If I bring it across here, and then make it have, you know, part of it go up to here, part of it go the other way, just for some truck access, because, you know, vehicles got to get here somehow. All right, and then the other part of the Valley Cement, that smokestack, it's part of the Valley Cement kit. I didn't even mention it. I mean, I made it, and I painted it, and I haven't weathered it yet. I'm thinking of maybe setting it there. It looks kind of odd to me because, I mean, they include it, but they don't tell you how it's, you know, a smokestack has to get the smoke from somewhere, but I don't know. I might just sit it there, who knows. And then what I was thinking of doing was maybe adding 3 red LEDs at the top and having, you know, another cool slow flash at the top. There's the plastic pellet facility. There's the other little shed that I made that was from the extra parts and the paper mill kit. So for now, that's this area. That's what I'm thinking. It's not perfect. I know the backdrop part of it's not great. And this part of it here upsets me because it's like the freaking farm is right on top of it. And damn it, but I just can't look ahead and figure out every single freaking nuance of this damn layout. So this is pretty much what it's going to be like. These aren't actually in yet. You're kind of sitting there, I want to get a feel for, I need to drill some holes for wires and that kind of good stuff. And then this track, another thing, when I put the covered hopper in there and slid it through, I think the light bulb that I put in there, I think it's down by about 20 mils or something like that. Cause no, it doesn't. It was almost sounded like it was hitting it. So I may need to put a shim. No, it's not doing it now. All right, anyway. But it was. I was like, oh, crap, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, so moving along, again, this is the industrial track, that lead, that'll go back and connect the turnout that's right in front of the UG Manufacturing. This is part of the yard lead. Actually, it's going to be like a storage track or caboose pit or a switcher pit or something like that. Alright, so then you got, and like I said, I did paint a little bit along the side there. And it doesn't look great, but if you're not looking, it's not quite as hard to notice. Okay, this is the wall section that's going to go in between the Lindsay Brothers flat and the Walther shop complex. So the Lindsay Brothers is going to come in here. There's a hole up there for that little pipe to go through. Then the shop complex is going to come in on this side. This is going to stick up a little bit. So I made a little bit of a piece there. That's going to sit roughly like that, with the shop complex coming in on the right hand side. And then the Lindsay Brothers comes in, like I said, right about here. And then there's a roof section that's going to fit in there. It should look okay. So I decided to make this out of some the old archival mat material that I have. I call it cardboard. And it looked kind of mundane, so I cut an opening, added a Pike Stuff roll-up door, added some signs and just some stuff there, painted it yellow. I just felt it needed a light. That's a Walther's light, which I think is way too large for HO scale. But in this case, since it is kind of an outdoor dock light, okay, fine. And then up here, I don't know why that's there. It's just a weird looking thing on the building. It's like a beam sticking out of the building. Oh, it's there. I don't know why it's there. Hey, I don't know. It's just there. So this is going to go in. I'm going to glue the Lindsay Brothers in, put this in, put the shop complex, get it all in, get the roof in, and we're actually starting to get somewhere. So let's get things working and let's get things moving over there. So there's that little piece that I got in between the shop kit and the UG Manufacturing, because this came out and ended, and this I wanted to sit there, just where I wanted it to sit. So I made up that little piece and then made up that roof, got it detailed up, and that's installed. You know what's funny, as soon as I got all this done, this freaking truck shows up and it's like, hey, I need to get loaded. It's like, get out of here, man. This is what's going on. Anyway. Alright, so that is in. Those are the two shop complex number ones thrown together. And then here I did another backdrop. And it didn't quite come out as high as I want. So I had some old knock retaining walls that I cut and put in there. They're not perfect. I know that. Not a big deal, because I have some ways to hide that, and I'm not too worried about it. Either with some ivy or, or maybe some light poles in there or something like that. But I wasn't about to go buy more when I had stuff. I just cut it up and used it. Good enough. So I gotta get this track in. This will come in to here, and then that will go whoop into the shop complex. And then to hide that gap there a little bit, I made up a tank and stuck it in there. And there's the Armstrong, Armstrong Manufacturing, I forget what it is, Armstrong Motors. Those two put together, and that track's not in, it's just kind of sitting there. I just want to kind of see what it's going to look like. And then there is the American Hardware, made into a background kit. One little mistake I made. I thought about it way in the beginning, and then it just totally slipped my mind. I wasn't going to include those stairs, because I was going to have these buildings be right next to each other. Well, they're there, because I forgot. So what I did was just put a piece of brick behind it, and I have a little dumpster I'm going to put in there. Good enough. I mean, it'll kind of be okay, I hope. So then I have, like I said, there's that. And then this other backdrop that extends out this side, and that comes right down. That's going to be, because what I'm thinking of doing is having this be some type of transfer facility, but I still have backdrop issues because of the gap. This is an N-scale Architect curtain wall system kit that I might put together. Yeah, it's about 4 inches wide, so I could sit right there and cover all that up. And it might look like a good old Industry sitting back in there. If I do that, I may have to do something with this track. I think it sits out 4 inches. So I may have to noodle around a little bit with the track at that end. But for the most part, that is how it's going to be. So now what I need to do is get the track in. Probably going to put this turnout here, just to give it access into there so you could switch it from this end if you wanted to. Because it's going to be a bit of an issue, because obviously to switch into the shop complex, if you've got cars here, they're going to be in your way, and you're going to have to move them. So I know it's not perfect, but that's something the operator's got to figure out how to handle. So, need to get the track in. Obviously the tortoise is mounted for that. In terms of uncoupling, another thing I totally forgot about, because obviously you're not going to run in that building and uncouple. So what I might do, I do have a couple Rapido magnetic, electronic, automatic uncouplers, but I don't feel like drilling holes. So for this, I might just put a Kadee, whatever their flat uncouplers are, and disguise it as a road crossing or something like that. So the guys could back up and do the delayed action and go into the building. Locomotives aren't allowed in the building. That's per the owner. So they're going to have a bunch of cars to feed in there anyway. So that'll be that. I mean, it's a little far. I mean, you probably could reach and uncouple, but if you got all kinds of stuff here in the yard, I just don't know how effective that'll be. But we'll worry about that later. Well, I mean, yeah, you got to worry about it because you got to freaking uncouple stuff. But all right, so that's that. So next will be the track. Get that all done, because I can do all this track work. Get it all done. Get all these buildings, in where I actually want them, and start doing the scenery. Now up here, there's some more track reconfiguration I have to do. And before I rip into the main line, I just want to make sure I actually want to do that. I probably will. But pretty much on this side, I can scenic like all the way out through the main line, because none of that changes. The new stuff's all going to be on this side. So now that all that's done in the back, I can really go to town, get all that done, get the yard track done, scenic, ballasted, whatever I want to do. So hopefully it looks okay. I know it's not perfect, but I had to do something. That darn huge 6-inch gap I had there was really annoying. Really should have thought more about the backdrop. But alright, so I'll get all the track done, and then it'll be a matter of moving on to the main line changes, which will require ripping up some. This turnout comes out and gets moved. This gets reconfigured for the yard lead. There's a little bit of work up in here. A new crossover goes in here, so that way having the two crossovers, slow down, from either track, you'll be able to access either the north yard or the south yard. So I thought that was kind of important to be able to do that, especially if we're going to start operating. Otherwise you have to cross over back at Wallace and run the wrong main all the way in, which just seems a little bit silly. So alright, so that's that. That's where I am so far. So I actually got something starting to get accomplished on the layout. So now I can go to town, set track, get these in, drop the wires, hook them up so the lights work, get everything done, and then start working on the mainline tracks. So, alright, there you go. See, eventually, you'd see something on the layout. Like I said, I wasn't building all these buildings just to have them sit in the workbench. So, there they are. Alright, more to come as we get more work done.